last Friday show before Christmas.
I'm so cold.
Lucy's really cold, by the way. They went out to an escape room this afternoon, and when she came home, she didn't put the heating on, and now she's really cold.
Yeah.
She sat there hugging her coffee. Decaf, don't worry. It's not mental. And, okay, that's just a bit of news here. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Friday evening. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit all those magical YouTube buttons. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time I remember.
I thought the bottom of the screen says Voucherio.
No.
Like, hey, Voucherio!
Friday. Why was my mic not working? Oh. It's now working. That was really weird. My mic was broken for a minute. Hang on. Hello? Hello? Okay, we're alright. We're working now. Good. Isn't that bizarre? Is Lucy's mic working? Lucy's fine. Okay, thank you, Tim.
Testing, testing.
Testes.
Testicular.
Testes. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You wonderful humans. Lucy was talking about how it says Voucherio at the bottom apparently. I thought it's the last Friday before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good so far this week. I thought we'd give him the opportunity to win a voucher. So I've written down a number between 1 and 999. Because there's only 3 question marks.
You could add a 4th one.
I could add a 4th one and then they go, fuck off, mate. Not happening.
Especially for that £1 voucher.
Yeah. Especially for that. There is a number on my voucher list and it's more than 1.
Okay.
All
is
right.
it 2?
So maybe 2. It's definitely more than 1. In fact, it's more than 1 number. Let me put it that way.
Is it 10?
I'm not going to say whether there's a decimal place in there. There's more than 1 number, right? Beautiful. House on production value. How dare you? How dare you, Yeston? 251 to 125. It's not. You can't guess it. Anyway, it's a Friday night stream. So if you're new to the channel, if you haven't been here before, if you haven't hung out with us in the past on a Friday, it's typically not very Warhammer focused, right? We're just here to chill out, hang out. It's festive season time. It's Christmas time. Hopefully a bunch of you are able to break up for your Christmas breaks now-ish. That would be lovely. I can't because I lost 3 days last week, so we're well behind. And we've got a day of Hobby House work on Monday and streams on Tuesday. And then it's my birthday on Wednesday, which is quite nice. And then Christmas Day, there will be no shows, probably. And then Boxing Day.
There will be no shows on Christmas Day.
Probably. And then Boxing...
You are required by the family to be in the family. There will be no shows on Christmas Day.
Maybe in the evening.
No.
What do we do for the people?
They will be with their families.
I think they'd
No, the foot is going down. No shows on Christmas Day.
I feel like it's a service to the community, right?
The world will turn without you.
Well, there you go, chat. I was like, you guys will watch a show on Christmas evening, right? And then Boxing Day, I actually have to go to work on Boxing Day currently.
Yeah.
As it stands, I have to go to work on Boxing Day to receive my first ever Games Workshop order as a retailer. Right? What about the lonely people, says Adrian? Exactly. But you are my family, says Adam. See? Pissed Christmas stream. Possible.
No.
In the meantime, thank you, Adrian, for 2 gifted memberships. You're an absolute hero. Love you for starting that off. Thank you, Tim Chaser, for 10 gifted. That's incredibly generous. You're a legend. Thank you, Mr. Sven Holio, for 10 gifted. You are also a legend. And thank you, Perpetual Whip, for the 5 gifted memberships. You lot are legend. Wonderful humans. You're amazing. Thank you so much. We don't want this service. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I can watch you on my tablet while my family watch crap Xmas TV.
No, I'm sorry. No. We all have to put a shift in to watch the shit TV.
I was also looking forward to having Boxing Day off as well, and I said we'd probably do a Boxing Day evening stream because it's a Friday.
Boxing Day's all right.
Right, it's Friday after dark, Boxing Day. Everyone will be a little bit tipsy. It'll be great.
What about all the lonely people?
Do you know there's a building that sells lots of different kinds of alcohol that all the lonely people go
Luce,
to? You can be together there.
You heard it here first, chat. Lou said, fuck the lonely people. Fuck them all to death. So Boxing Day, the intent originally for Boxing Day, right, for us was to be at home, chill out for the day, make my mum food, and dad, but, you know, make my mum food because it's Boxing Day, and then probably do a show in the evening and not have to leave the house. And then what happened was hobby house progress stuff, right? We'll jump into the topic very soon, although it's an irrelevant topic because it's just something to put on a thumbnail for Friday. So you can tell me via a super chat what your perfect Warhammer Christmas looks like. I know what mine would look like. So anyway, so I heard when you take a retail contract out with Games Workshop, there are many fucking hoops, right? At points, I felt like a performing seal. There's so many hoops, and it's just non-stop, and you have interviews and meetings and fucking forms to fill in and all that kind of shit, right? And so I thought I'd signed the contract, all was good, and then I had a message going, cool, everything's signed and ready, so we just need some photos of the place when it's basically ready to accept product so we can finally approve it, and then we can get you your first order out. Like, cool, sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Great. So I've just been merrily plugging along building the shop, and then I had an email a couple of weeks ago saying, how's it going? I was like, yeah, we've done all this, we're getting there. He's like, cool, let me know when you're close to ready. I was like, well, I mean, we're pretty much there. I'd like stock now because I want to open in January, so the quicker you can get stuff to me, the quicker I can get it on shelves, get it all lined up and looking good. Well, you know, when the floor's done, then send me some photos. I was like, oh. So I've been doing some of that, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday morning, I had another email through saying, any update? I was like, well, you said finish the fucking floor, and I haven't yet. It's not a lot left to do, but I haven't yet. I was like, this is where we're at. This is what we've done. This is what's left to do. So we've probably got 10 days worth of tradesman work to do if they all turn up on time and do their job properly, and we'll be good to open. Just send us some stuff. And he went, okay, have you got some updated photos? I was like, so I had to get some photos.
Is this to stop people getting hold of stock who might not ever intend
I think part of the problem is that people used to try and become trade accounts so they could get it at cost price and not have to pay full price. And they didn't actually have a shop, so they were just trying to get cheaper Warhammer.
But you'd still have to order in volumes.
Well, yeah. So there's a base range you have to hold, which is not a small amount of money.
Okay.
Trying to get you onto actual Hobby on a Friday. Shock, I know. I posted an Ina in things. What do you think at Liam Dempsey 40k?
I'll have a look in a minute, Tim. Thank you for the $5. You're a hero. So I was like, right, okay. So I had to get like our till machine out and place it in the right place. It's not plugged in because we haven't drilled the hole through yet, but make it look like it's in the right place. Bit of organising, cleaning. Took the photo with me feet stood over the bit of flooring I haven't done. So everything else. So I took like 4 photos. Photo of the shelving area and was like, "There's no shelves on the shelving. The backing's all up and done, and it's all screwed in. But I've not put any shelves on it. And the reason I haven't put shelves on it because I need your product so I can." Anyway, so I sent that off, and this was on Wednesday. So Wednesday was supposed to be a work from home day. And it's Wednesday when he was like, he phoned me up at lunchtime. I was like, can you get some photos today? I was like, the wife's in town. Can I do tomorrow? He's like, no, because we're going to run out of time. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I bundled the kids in the car on Wednesday, drove over there, took these photos. I then got a message through about 2-3 o'clock yesterday afternoon saying, good news, your account's now approved. So we'll now look at processing the order. But before we do that, we have to do a credit check on the business. I was like, for fuck's sake. Anyway, so and then this morning, lunchtime today, I got an email through saying, all been done, everything's approved and sorted. Your first order's been arranged. Now, and the reason why I need this is because then they hand me over to my account manager. Okay. So when we decide how much more we're going to spend to flesh out our stock lines, we do that with the account manager who will be like, don't buy that because we don't sell many of them. Do buy that because we sell loads of those.
Oh, okay.
They try and help you maximize what you sell, right?
Right.
So that came through. Then I had another email come through saying, congratulations, your first ever Games Workshop trade order is on its way. I was like, it's fucking started. And then I read down, super happy about this is how blah 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 invoicing will work this way, etc 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 etc. Here's your dedicated account manager, here's your dedicated fucking contract manager, blah 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 blah. I was like, good. And it said delivery date, estimated delivery date 26th of December.
Well, at least it's not New Year's Day. when you're like, everyone who can possibly be a key holder is going to be severely hungover in no fit state.
Isn't Boxing Day a bank holiday?
No.
I always thought Boxing Day was a bank holiday.
No, I don't think it is. Christmas. So if Christmas Day falls on a weekend, then you get the bank holiday.
Why is Lucy such a bloody Christmas Grinch? No gifted Christmas cake, no streams, best chat abandoned? I suspect there will be another excuse about the New Year Stream Awards. Sorry Liam, I didn't have a A0 printer for my datasheet. Unamused face emoji.
I didn't abandon best chat, did I?
I don't know. Did you? Did you abandon
I don't
Best
think
Chat?
I did.
It is a bank holiday. So
Oh.
logically UPS aren't going to deliver then, right?
Okay, so there you go.
Which means it will be the Monday the 29th, I hope.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. A few years ago, Christmas was on a weekend, and then everybody got the Monday and Tuesday as the bank holiday. So that weird week in between Christmas and New Year was like a 2-day week.
Yeah,
for a lot
I
of
just,
people.
I can't, I'm hoping that UPS send me a dispatch thing on Monday, be like, we're not bringing it to you on Friday. We're not fucking mental. Or they give me an option to move the delivery day. It would be great.
Yeah.
I'd imagine I won't get an option.
If you could move it, would you move it?
Just to the Monday, 29th, it's fine.
So you wouldn't put it in before Christmas?
Well, I don't think I'll be able to get to it before Christmas.
So I can get my Nina Form hobby house?
You should be able to, yes. You should be able to. We should be as fully stocked as we can be to open, maybe around mid to late January. Right? So you might have to buy January's New Year, New Army stuff from somewhere else. Right, where's Tim's New Year, New Army stuff in the Thames that he's just super chatted
What
about?
does
as well?
Nina mean?
New Year, New Army.
Oh, okay.
Fucking hell, Tim, that's a lot of it. There's a lot of blokes, isn't it? I mean, do it. If you're buying all that from Hobby House, I'll be really fucking happy. There we go. We've hired them all. Thank you for the $20 anyway, Yeston, and thank you so much, Tim, for the $2. Kyle Thompson says, I'll be waiting in this chat for stream to start on Christmas Day.
I don't know what to tell you, Kyle. He won't be there.
I'm looking forward to next year and the Hobby House Great Hall calendar. I am too. Only true bank holiday is Xmas Day and Easter Sunday. Basically, the only days Tesco's closes. Is that true? I knew Easter Sunday was one. I didn't think there was just two though. I thought there was more.
I was shocked to hear that the daily TV programme this morning, they're doing a Christmas Day show this year.
It'll be pre-recorded though, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I thought Christmas Day was just
Should we pre-record a stream and pretend that we're live?
normal programming is taken off because it's all the Christmas films and all like the Morecambe and Wise stuff. I didn't think anybody did.
Should we pre-record a Liam and Lucy show and pretend it's live and just stick out as a premiere?
No.
We'd have to guess. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. That'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd be all right.
And then not acknowledging when somebody
Yeah.
did get.
So what I want you to tell me, chat, in your super, so you can keep talking about Nina if you want to. That's fine. Talk about Nina all you want. Or you can tell me what your perfect hobby Christmas is. Your perfect Warhammer Christmas. That can be the gifts you receive. That can be the fact that you just get left alone to do some fucking hobby for a few days because it's Christmas and you get a bit of peace and quiet. It could be anything for that matter. It could be that you get to play some games with friends you wouldn't normally get to do because actually your time offline's up for a change because it's Christmas. That's what I think is cool. UPS works on Boxing Day. Sorry, it's an American company. Ever onwards. Ugh. There is a doggo here as well. Yeah, Scarcity there. We're only on 27 members, so you don't get doggo yet, right? You get doggo if you get to 100. Are you stocking Horus Heresy? We will be stocking some Horus Heresy, yes. So ultimately, to start with, we're going to hold as much stock as we can physically afford without busting the business. And we're going to be guided by James Workshop at what it is we should and shouldn't stock. So if they say to us, you don't want to be stocking, I don't know, Empire, Old World starter boxes, because we don't really sell very many, then at this point in time, we put that figure to 0 and we don't bother. If they say to us, we sell lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Horus Heresy infantry squads, then it makes sense that we'd have a reasonable stock holdings of Horus Heresy infantry squads, right? So a lot of it's about data driven from them, telling us and showing us what does and doesn't move. Because the more fast moving products we buy earlier, the quicker turnover is. The quicker turnover is, the quicker we can increase our stock holdings. If we can continue to increase our stock holdings with fast moving product, and we continue with quick turnover, our stock holdings then grows and grows and grows in scale, and eventually we then hold that old world box that doesn't shift very often, because we would have grown the stock holdings and the stock value by recycling profit in and adding more product lines. Right? Follow me? Good. But that's going to be driven by data rather than a finger in the air. I think that's cool. I think that's good. That's what's going to be there, right? Also, you all need to super chat 20 quid right now, minimum. Yeah, that'll do it. Because I now have a second Weta statue, which I pre-ordered fucking a year ago and forgot. It's a year ago and things happened, right? And now I've got Gandalf and Boromir, and I feel like I need Aragorn on the shelf below.
Well, where's your what do you call it? A bicyclette.
Bicyclette.
Small question, when the hobby bunker is up and running and we all can order Warhammer minis, will you be shipping to the EU Denmark in special?
Yeah, we probably can and will ship to EU, but I'd be reluctant to allow you to do that. Only because you're going to have to pay import duties from us, and it'll be better for you to buy from an EU stockist, I'd imagine. I don't want to be in a world where you buy fucking 100 quid worth of Warhammer from us, we ship it to you, and you get spanked with 20 quid worth of import duties that you weren't expecting when it arrives because EU nonsense. So I think short answer is yeah. Long answer is really think about it though, because as much as I love the fact that you want to support us and you want to buy from us, and I'm very grateful, I don't want you to overpay for your miniatures just to support us. Can we have a close-up of Boromir, please? I can get some photos later. He's very pretty. He's very, very pretty.
What's the actor called?
Sean Bean.
So Liam told me earlier, I've got a statue of Sean Bean. And I was like, why?
He's very pretty.
I genuinely thought he just had a statue of Sean Bean, not of a Lord of the Rings thing.
So this is done by Weta Workshop, right? And Weta Workshop did all the modelling stuff for the actual films. We'll look into your soul, Will Sean Bean here. He's got his little ring dangling over his hand, look.
What's he made out of?
I don't know. A resin, I guess. Quite heavy. There you go. I'm very happy with my Sean Bean. Oh, it's not middle.
I've failed my New Year's resolution to paint my pile of potential before buying new minis. GW had to release SWFFS. So this Christmas I plan to get some of my pile done before 2026 arrives.
That sounds like a great Christmas use, to be fair. Hat trick for Tim. Thank you, Tim. You're a legend. I have the Titus statue, but I also have a 4-year-old, so it's in the box. Titus statue will greet you as you enter Hobby House on the ground floor. So yeah, Sean Bean. Weta Workshop are fucking incredible. I have no affiliation, I have no sponsorship, but they're fucking incredible. The stuff they do is insanely good. It's not cheap. He's not straight. He's not quite. I'll line him up properly later, but you don't want to see the back of my head for the fucking stream, do you?
So EU people need to buy with pickup from the store, and once every 4-6 months a visit for the world's best cough and a game plus pickup.
You can do that. I can stock it for you.
I was washing dishes earlier and my notification went off. I tried washing them faster because I thought I was missing this show. I just thought I'd share how excited and how much I look forward to this show every week.
Aw.
Also, Emmy.
No.
Ah. It's a good show. You know, what can I tell you? Evan, thank you for the 5 gifted. Wet Celestine is actually epic. Wet Celestine is one of the ones we don't have because it's cost. To be fair, to be clear, we have Weta Abaddon and Weta Titus for Hobby House that we didn't buy. Someone bought it and loaned it to us to use for Hobby House. How long we have them for, I don't know. But we have Weta Abaddon and Weta Titus. So the idea being, when you come in the ground floor door and you're greeted by epic music, you'll also be greeted by Titus on a plinth that says "Don't fucking touch." And then you go up the stairs and be greeted by Abaddon, and then you walk in the main door and you're greeted by the world's greatest gaming centre. That's the plan. No pressure. No pressure.
Humble beginnings.
No pressure that I put on myself here all the way through. It's a stress. I'm gonna be honest. It's an exciting stress, but it's a stress.
Also, what counts as a ding? So, the gifteds. So 1, 5, 10, 20, 50. Or the colours: blue, yellow, orange, pink, and
Red.
red. That's it.
If
So the stickers don't count,
I'd be open to every single one of you sending me a red one,
but
so
you
I can
need
get my Aragon.
3 different ones.
Yeah, you've got to get a ding. 1 gifted, 5 gifted, and then $5 is a way you could do it.
Yeah.
5 gifted, $10. 5 gifted, $10, $20 is a way you could do it. 5 gifted, 10 gifted, 20 gifted is a way you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
The sign that says "Don't touch" gives me inner demon, gives me bad ideas. If you touch it, Alex, I'll fucking finger you. I will wear you like a finger puppet. Right, I've drank my tea now. I'm feeling warm.
No,
So now,
I'm
chat,
still-
this is time for the mead
Oh, there's that brand of mead have
in
got.
Southampton Market.
Yeah.
Already know.
Oh, okay.
I nearly went and bought more.
Should it fizz?
We have some more blueberry and blackcurrant mead from Ninhogger. Sponsored, not sponsored. They haven't paid to sponsor this episode. This is just this is the best brand out there. ! mead, you'll get discount code. And Dats and Des, last time we did this, said, "What one should I get?" I said sour cherry, and he bought it. And he sent me a message and said, "It's unbelievably nice."
Ah.
In fact, I'm a child. In fact, Dats and Des said to me, "Sorry you're still not feeling well." This is last Friday. There's nasty flu going around at the moment. I'll have a drink on your behalf tonight. That sour cherry mead is fucking gorgeous.
Ah.
And I said, "It's nice, isn't it?" He said, "Yes, so Moorish." I was like, "Yeah, it is. It's dangerous, mate. Be careful. Before you know it, you won't be able to walk."
Yeah, that's nice of you. Yeah.
It's so good. Can we get greeted by Emily Blunt as a sister sororitas asking for a friend? Yeah, I doubt it. I'll be honest at this stage. Currently enjoying the Christmas mead. It's lovely stuff. I haven't opened the Christmas one yet. I'm saving it for our Christmas Day stream.
I won't be here for it. I will be with the family.
I am the family.
So you shall be in the next room as part of the family.
Why must
then.
we be where your family side wants to be, not my family side wants to be?
Does your family side want to be on a Warhammer stream?
Can we get Emily Blunt as a sister of battle?
I don't know who she is.
Well, seeing as you've asked twice, no.
I still don't know who she is, to be fair.
She's an actress.
Is she?
She was in the new Mary Poppins.
Not seen it.
She is in oh my god. Emily. Is it that film A Quiet Place? No, that's not.
I
her.
don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Emily Blunt. Film.
Apologies, I said it twice, but there's £2. That's fine. I appreciate the £2, Daft Medic. Thank you very much for the £2. You're a hero. She became an American citizen. Oh dear.
You haven't seen that? She was in Oppenheimer.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Right, okay.
Oppenheimer's on my list to watch.
Yeah, she is in A Quiet Place.
Not seen that. Edge of Tomorrow. Not seen that.
Ooh.
If we're trying to tell me who an actress is by films she's been in, chat, you're probably on a hiding to nothing here. It's probably a pointless exercise.
She was in Devil Wears Prada.
Not seen that.
You haven't lived. Right, where's her IMDb?
I think this is. Let's move on. I don't know who she is. I don't care.
Decline.
Got a new tattoo yesterday while getting inked. One of the artists passed out watermelon vodka shots. Good times I have. Oh, that sounds amazing. I've seen Fall Guy. Wait. Is that the same film that I think it is?
She was in My Little Pony.
Not seen that.
Oh, Girl on the Train, although the book's better.
Oh, I saw Girl on the Train because you watched it in the lounge.
Yeah.
I was in the room at the same time.
Did you like it?
Not really, no.
So do you know who we mean?
Yes, I do know.
Okay.
Yeah. She was in episode 2 of Band of Brothers. Was she?
Was she?
Was she?
She was in Into the Woods where they all sing.
Not seen that.
Yes, you have, because you were like, fucking hell, James Corden can sing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Rob Paul, thank you for the gift of membership. You're a legend. We're 2 away from 40, team. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in a thing called love.
Just listen to the rhythm of
Oh,
love.
not 340. That's mad. What am I doing? Wow. There we go. Fixed it. Good. Good. I'd like to actually get some hobby done this Christmas, team. I would. I don't think I'm going to get much in the way of chance or opportunity, but I'd like to get some hobby done. I think that this sounds terrible as a family man with 2 small children, but one of the things I do like about Christmas is that there are periods of time where you can just take yourself into random separate corners of the house and just be quiet. Just sit in the quiet for a bit. No one's got to be anywhere.
Yeah.
No one's got to do anything. I'd quite like to put some more paint on Logan now that you guys have picked my New Year, New Army, my Nina. Joe would know who Emily Blunt is. Just go to the list of one of his many restraining orders. Thank you, Yeston, for the 1 gifted. You're a hero. Up to 39. 1 to go to 40. Then just a bunch of 50s would be great. I'll be honest. You get to show me that you love me as much as you love Joe.
Emily Blunt did not appear in the original 2001 Band of Brothers.
No? Who was in episode 2 then? Who are they talking about? Imagine how much that guy would appreciate a Christmas stream. The one sat in the corner on his own, just enjoying his own space. Is the Nina Space Wolves? Yeah, Nina Space Wolves for me. Chat picked it on Wednesday. I let chat pick my chapter. I gave them 4 options. I was happy with all 4 options. I was less happy with some options than other options, but I gave them all 4 options, and they picked Space Wolves for me. My desk is now essentially it's almost been cleared of everything on Space Wolves. I've got to put my Victrix guard away for now.
Oh, gosh, I didn't know you were fibbing. I was going to be really surprised then to see a very, very young Emily Blunt in Band of Brothers.
So they picked me Space Wolves. So on my desk is Mr. the Logan. Ready to keep painting. Which I'd like to do some more on him over the Christmas period. That's what I'd like to do. I want to get back to trying to do my half an hour a day. It's just, it's kind of impossible at the moment because, like, I was talking to someone about this the other day, right? Like, my routine is a bit mental. So we get up, have coffee. Eventually, I get out of bed and go to work. Well, I'll go to the shop, go to work. I work till 5. I get home for 5:30. Between 5:30 and about 7, we have dinner and have a chat about how our days were, etc. And then at 7:30, we do a show after prepping for the show. And then I do a show till 9. And then at 9:30, I'm in the gym with Toby till 11. And I come home, shower, get to bed for about midnight, half midnight, up again the next day, carry on. Apart from half the time that next day is a Tuesday or a Thursday, which means that we skip the evening show gym part. We just do fucking shows all the way through till 10:30.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Jeremy Eaglestone, thank you for 10 gifted memberships. Mordy Hammer, Thank you for 10 gifted memberships. Mad good. Mad good team. Is it just the night of 10 gifteds, chat? Who else fancies getting on this action? Oh, not Nina. Well, is that what we're going to call it? Are we going to call it Nina?
Do you know what? I love watching every year Band of Brothers, because Garci said how many famous people are in it. They're famous now, but they were starting out. And every time I watch it, a new face kind of pops out at me, and I go, that's Jimmy Fallon, or that's Michael Fassbender, or...
Right, Kai, thank you for the 10 gifts. It's 10 gifteds for everyone tonight, chat! Everyone do 10, go! Thank you, Kai, for 10 gifted memberships. You're a hero. Look at that number we're on now. Wee childish. How was the Jimmy Tobio this week? Yeah, it's alright. Skippy, thank you for 10. Oh my god, it's happening! I normally only ask you for one and you all fucking mug me off. When I say 10, it's going. Go on, lads. And ladies. Gym with Toby was fine. I need to get a third session in this week, which is going to be Sunday morning. I might Sunday morning gym and then Band of Brothers marathon. For Christmas.
It is a very Christmassy series.
Yeah, loads of red and some snow.
Down.
Snow and red.
Yep.
Very Christmassy.
Yep, and there are fir trees momentarily in there.
At some point, they're singing Christmas songs.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And they are not appropriately dressed, and how many of us do that now?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Such a good show.
Yeah.
Such a good show. Who is it that I was talking to about it? Tom. Tom hasn't seen it.
What?
I mean, he is 3 years old, but Tom also hasn't seen it. Tony, thank you for 10 gifted memberships.
It is so good.
Dave, thank you for 10 gifted memberships. Oh my god. Go on, team. All the way to members record. And I'll give Boromir... No, I won't. Not a fucking chance. I love that model. I think I might like Boromir's statue now more than I like Gandalf's. I really fucking like Gandalf's. Thank you so much, Dave and Tony Winnick. You wonderful human. Thank you everyone who's gifted 10. Jill, thank you for the one gifted. Jill rounded us off to a nice 100 now, so that means that you can carry on gifting 10, chat. And it will just be beautiful multiples of 5 or 10 that we go up in, which would be amazing. Thank you, Jill, for the one gifted. It all counts. It all helps. Amazing humans. Amazing humans, all of you. Love you. Ah, Tim ruined it with one. It's always one.
The World at War, is that the one that Peter Jackson did?
The World at War?
No, have I got the wrong? So a famous director coloured in and slowed down really old footage.
That was We Will Remember Them, or We Shall Remember Them?
Oh,
that was,
yeah,
I
that's
think.
it, yeah.
Thank you, Tim, for the one. Thank you, Just Jupiter, for the one. Thank you, Johnny, for the 10 gifted memberships. God, it's happening, chat. Are we going to go for low viewer count, high membership record? There's 102 people in chat right now. With what we've currently got, if every single person gifted another 10 members, right, we'd beat the all-time member record.
That one.
Yeah.
If another what?
If every single person in chat, all 100 of them, gifted 10 members,
Oh, okay.
we'd beat the all-time member record.
Okay, yeah, that adds up. I don't know what I heard.
World at War dates back to the 70s. Yeah, it's quite an old show, that one.
Yeah.
It's like an old documentary type thing. It's good. It's good. It's old TV now, though. I have some World War audiobooks that are... I can't remember, hang on, let me find it on Audible. The name of it's interesting. What's more interesting is its length.
Was it Peter Jackson that did? Because that was about maybe just over 10 years ago.
I don't. Yes, maybe. I have. Where is it? Yeah. So many fucking Warhammer books. It's unbelievable. My God, so many Warhammer books. The War in the West, a new history novel, is the first book that I have to listen to. It's only 26 hours and 42 minutes long. It's chunky. Liam's talking about beating members. I got chubbed. Good man. I paid Apple tax on the 10 gifted. Fuck you, Tim Cook. Yeah, I don't. Please don't do that. That makes me sad. All you do at that point is just give money to Apple. And as much as I'm an Apple fanboy, fuck them for that. Peter Jackson did a World War One film for the 100th anniversary, I believe. Interesting.
I really struggled to watch World War One stuff in particular. World War Two, I think, because that one was probably the one that was taught to my year group the most. I didn't know very much about World War One, but especially that footage that was slowed down and coloured in.
Boltec says Peter Jackson did And They Shall Not Grow Old. That's the one.
That's the one, yeah.
That's the one Lucy's talking about, which is great.
But that one, and now we know, and we've called it PTSD, and now we know what that is and what that does to people. I really struggle to hear the stories of men kind of being shamed and turned away when they've come home, and they just need like ultimate TLC. I really struggle to listen. I get it though. It's a sign of the times and everything else, but it doesn't make it any easier.
Yeah.
To hear.
I mean, I don't ever really want it to be easy to hear. You know. In
no.
essence.
Yeah. No. No. It's
you know.
Yeah.
It's one of those, isn't it? Like, you know, it's history. It's a part of history we should never forget, but it's not a part you necessarily want to remember. As awful as that sounds, you know, because it's people being the worst to each other.
Yeah.
In essence, is what it is. But we also should never forget what happened, because when you forget history, it repeats itself. Ultimately. He also made Meet the Feebles and Bad Taste. I don't know what they are. Are you saying you want us to beat our members all over the place? All over the place. We're only on 50. Have you liked it?
I will like it now.
Fuck's sake.
I'm number 3, thank you.
You're fucking not.
I know. I don't get what goes on.
I'm not gonna lie. I've learned so much more in the last 8 years about World War One, in part due to Battlefield 1 sparking my interest to look more into than I had before. World War history fascinates me. What I really am interested in, and I don't know as much about it as I'd like to be very clear. I always like my arm tattoos are both World War One, World War Two. I'm fascinated by World War history. And a lot of people then start talking to me like I'm an expert. I haven't got a fucking clue half of what went on. And I don't try and sit here and flex and pretend that I know all the World War history. I did it at college, at A level, badly. And I can sit and watch it, and it's one of those weird ones, right? World War history is one of those weird ones that a lot of it, I don't commit it to memory, and I don't know why, because I commit fucking everything to memory, as you know. But World War history, I don't, and so I can sit there and watch programs on World War history and be ultimately fascinated. I don't know why I don't commit it to memory. I don't know why it's one of those things I can't hold here. So I can walk around Bovington Tank Museum and read those plaques and really enjoy walking around reading those plaques. And I can go back a year later and I can walk around and read the same plaques and be just as fascinated, which is also quite a nice place to be in. But I was getting subscribers only chat and couldn't chat when I first joined stream. Weird. Oh, it's doing some janky stuff lately. Baldrick, thank you for the 5 gifted. But so I programs, games, anything that's going to give me some level of information about it, I'm fascinated by it. I love it.
I have 2 pictures printed off, and I laminated them, and they are Flanders Field. They're not an actual photograph. It's a very child-friendly picture, but one is with all the poppies that have grown afterwards, and one is no man's land. And James was asking about, this was when he was really confused as to how did one man manage to convince so many people to fight in a war. And I thought, well, we really should go back to World War One, because then in between those there's the Great Depression and the economy, and if we are really going to try and understand Hitler, then let's go back to the beginning as much as we can. And I thought, how do I gently It's an enormous topic, and they're not isolated incidents either, I don't think, because there's only 20 years between them. They kind of, for me, kind of roll into the next because there's such a hangover of World War One. Yeah,
they are, the second World War is linked to the First World War,
and it was really upsetting that Ben as well being 4 years younger than James. Obviously, it's just going straight over the top of his head, and I want it to. I don't want such a tiny person to understand it, but it was just really upsetting. Like, oh, those red flowers are pretty, and when I said, well, they're poppies. Oh, are they the things that we wear in our jumpers in November? Yeah, that's them. They're poppies, and we can grow some if you like. They're climbing plants, so they grow tall, and they look really fragile, but they're really strong because they get blown about in the spring wind and they don't fall over. And it was just, we ended up talking about flowers in Flanders Fields, not about the tanks, not about the devastation or the no man's land or the barbed wire. We ended up talking about the flowers. And I wondered, is it innately within us that we do not get comfortable talking about the horrors? We will try and swing it round to things like flowers or rebirth or society's rebuilding. It's just so against the grain to talk about the horrors of it. So now every history, and I go, do you still want to learn?
Sometimes though, I want people to sit in the discomfort.
Yeah, God, it's awful.
No, it is, especially when children are asking questions. It's like the Imperial War Museum. There's some sections of that which aren't the nicest.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad that they're uncomfortable. They're not very nice. I'm kind of glad that it doesn't paint it as, because sometimes certain content out there, games and films, can paint it a little bit romantically as this kind of epic hero story, which is fine. I get it, especially when it's for cinema or for games. But I think sometimes it's important to sit in the discomfort and realise that it was fucking shit. But, someone says, would really recommend listening to Dan Carlin's Blueprint for Armageddon. Walks through World War I, Cold War very well. Gives a very simple look at things and the way and the why of stuff. Is a podcast you can find on Audible. That's interesting. I don't really listen to many podcasts, to be honest with you. Audiobooks I haven't listened to for ages. I need to get back into it. Now, after Christmas, after New Year's Day, I'm starting my fucking power walks again. And that's when I get through most of my audiobooks. I want to start the Ragnar series, though, to be honest with you.
Yes, I'm going to buy an audiobook that's called Notes on How to Be a Man. And it's not...
anything you want to tell me?
No. This is going to be... I'm already very intrigued. So if I just go back to...
Should I be worried?
This bit here. He was on telly...
Can we have a podcast of Luce just talking about flowers and gardening plaza?
We do have the technology, Lara, for a Luce only podcast. We have the technology. I can give her an hour's recording session a week, and she can just chat shit for an hour. We put it out as the Luce podcast.
I don't think it would do very well, Lara. You might be my only listener.
We'll literally call it Luce Facts.
Oh God, don't. I don't know
how many of you would listen to a Luce podcast called Luce Facts?
I don't know how I get the text up on this.
Yes, and says, and cooking, sewing, dog walking, and Liam taming.
See, the Liam taming is the most unorthodox that I would probably get a policeman at the door. The methods I have to employ. How do I...
Live without you.
I don't know how...
You keep saying, how do I don't know how, and I don't know what you're asking to be able to do.
You know when you get a little summary of an audiobook, I can't find it.
I have no idea. I would, absolutely. Me too. There you go.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 viewers straight away. Listeners. 6 listeners. I'd listen, I might learn something. 7 listeners. See?
Aww.
Maybe you could start making us some fucking money.
Do you know, my feet aren't that bad. I think I could get a couple of quid for them.
I don't.
On only feet.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I just won't show the bunion one. It's fine.
They are fucking battered little trotters there. Honestly. More fucking cracks in the Arizona desert.
I can't find the...
When does it start? Well, I mean, if Luce wants to do her own podcast, that's a 2026 task for her, isn't it? $200 members and we guarantee the Luce podcast next year.
Okay, here we go. I found it.
Just throwing it out there. She didn't say no.
So this is the summary of my next audiobook.
I'm terrified.
The lack of attention to the growing masculinity crisis has created a void which is now being dangerously filled by the manosphere and misogyny. Male suicide rates are sky high, employment rates are low, and mental health and relationship issues are impossible to ignore. This is not just a male issue, it is affecting society as a whole. This author shares his own story from boyhood to manhood in exploring issues like childhood depression, anger, pressure, money and relationships. He shares the sometimes funny, often painful lessons he learned along the way. But he's saying about how there's no empathy towards boys and men in society anymore because of the massive privilege you're born with, that you're now struggling to kind of fend for yourselves and create a life for yourselves, and as a result all of society is suffering. I'm very, very interested in the book.
Luce just regarding her ideas while dog walking as a podcast is a solid win in honesty. Well, I told you 200 members will start the Luce podcast next year. Maybe she can take over as lead content creator.
No.
I'll be a housewife. I'll wear a dress and a pinny. Do the dusting.
You have to do it properly then. You have to, like, you know,
dusting technique.
What is that? That's
Dusting
not
technique.
dusting. You've got to get right in the corners.
What's dusting technique?
And when you do it on the stairs, when you dust the walls on the stairs, you have to stand on the 6th step down. Otherwise, the telescopic feather duster won't get to the very top.
Why would you get to the very top? Who cares?
Because that's where all the cobwebs go, and that's where all the spiders go.
Let them live there, and then they can eat more mosquitoes.
No.
Just saying. We're born with shit loose. We're all born with high expectations for us and zero empathy towards our struggles.
Well, as a mum
Gonna
of...
say no to that one for the Thanes Book Club.
as a mum of boys, I worry.
They'll be fine.
I know they'll be fine in terms of they'll have us and they're not totally out on a limb on their own, but I worry that how me and you met just won't happen.
Is that a promise? 200 and we get back the DZTV Endless Cacophony Thursday podcast. I miss that more than any of your content. Praying gesture emoji.
That's not coming
Praying
back,
gesture emoji.
I said you can have a loose podcast. Thank you for the hat trick. I said you can have a loose podcast, but I didn't say what you've just suggested. In fact, I don't think I've spoken to the individual since he binned me to do one with the ex anyway. Sorry for the swears, what's going on? I tune into gardening, walking with Luce and Doggo. In a maid outfit, of course, for you, Mike. We have a whole new live stream. I'll wear a maid outfit. I reckon I'd rock the shit out of that. Penny and everything.
The trouble is,
Hair tied
right,
back.
Kai, that when I walk the dog, I have the most random thoughts, and mostly it results in me calling my dad and going, you know, when I was 15 and that thing fell off the shelf and it broke, what was that? Because you got very upset over that. And he's like, for fuck's sake, Luce, I've had so many hot dinners since then.
Yeah. Traitors can't be negotiated with. I don't begrudge anyone. Life's too short for grudges. Luce has got a cunt book.
I know, I love my book. I love my book. The trouble is, because time is a great healer, I end up forgetting why I stopped talking to these people, and then you'll bump into them somewhere. Oh, let's go for coffee. And you'll think, why did they seem really nice? Why did I stop talking to them? And then I end up walking straight back into the same situation and getting hurt again. So I just jot it down in my book.
I think life's too short.
It's too short to keep repeating mistakes, yeah.
True. It's true. It's also true. Absolutely. Have you got a perfect hobby Christmas? How would your perfect hobby Christmas be?
Do you know, probably the Christmases that I have. I know.
That's dull.
It's perfect for me.
My perfect Christmas, you'd all leave me alone for a week.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can do that.
No, I didn't think so. I mean, an hour pre-recorded podcast. I can do a podcast. Whether you have a loose cast or a different podcast, I can create a podcast. I reckon Toby and I would make a good podcast. To be fair.
Lucy's list of grievances. Well, the reason, the way people know that they are really a friend is I have a little piece of paper on the inside of the tea cupboard. And if your name and how you like your hot drink is on that piece of paper, then you're a friend for life.
That's not true. That's not true. You'll quite happily fucking rub them out if they annoy you enough.
No, I've never rubbed anyone out on that one.
No, but you would.
But I haven't. Because they're friends for life. See, Tim the gardener, he would never
Why is
do me
Tim the
dirty.
gardener a friend for life? Is he on the
Because
list? Is Tim the gardener on the list? Is Tim the gardener on that tea box?
Yeah.
Well, it's a relevant list. We see him once a year.
And he has never done me wrong. He takes his life in his
That
hand.
doesn't make the list special.
I had to have a go at him. I saw him leaning off his ladder doing the...
That's a him insurance problem, I'll be honest.
And I said to him, Tim, please don't do that. And he said, it's fine. I got myself with a chainsaw the other day in A&E. Lymington know me quite well.
As long as when he falls off the ladder, he falls into someone else's garden, we're all
No,
right.
he was going to fall into our garden.
That's
That's
more of a problem.
where he's leaning.
Stop pushing the ladder. Get him off the list.
See, a man who does the trees so I don't have to nag at you to get a chainsaw and do the trees. Friend for life. I'll make him a coffee anytime he wants.
Maybe I want a chainsaw.
Do you want to do the trees?
No, it's not a chainsaw. I had to buy a jigsaw to do the flooring at work. That was like buying tools.
What's a jigsaw?
It's like an electric thing which has just got a blade, like a saw, just a single blade. And you can cut.
Is it circular? No, that's a circular saw.
It's a circular saw, though, yeah. No, so it's just a machine. And it's got a flat plate, and it's just a single saw blade that comes down and just goes out. So as you push it along, it cuts. Jigsaw.
Oh, would you not use a wood saw?
No, I use a jigsaw. Why would I use a manual saw when I can use a machine? What I do, however, do it very different to how Deacon did it. So what happens is I mark up all the bit I need to cut out, get my little set square, make sure it's nice and angular and right.
All right, yeah.
Draw it all in with pencil, and then I line it all up on the edge of the table that Rusty's made, and I run the jigsaw in slowly, and then I move that, and I keep moving it that way so that it's always on the line, nice, neat and straight. What Deacon was doing was he was holding the panel in one hand and cutting with the jigsaw in the other hand. And I was like, I can see how you cut all 4 fingers off. I can see how you did that. Because he did it with a circular saw and he cut all 4 of his fingers off and they had to stitch them all back on.
Oh my god. Oh. Did he turn up to A&E with just like 4 fingertips in his hand?
I think so, yes.
Like, I have a problem.
So, you know, I don't do that. And when I'm cutting and I get to a point where I'm close to the table, I don't want to cut into the rest of the table. I let go, I let the saw stop before I move anything, and then I carry on because I'm not an idiot. And I like my fingers.
So we've got Rusty that sliced his hand open.
He went to the bone, yeah, with his wood saw.
And then Sam...
That wasn't pretty.
That's had 4 fingers restitched.
I mean, Sam didn't cut the fingers off at work.
No.
He did that
It's a historical
ages ago,
one.
Yeah. Rusty did it at work, and I came in and was like, show me. And he took the tape off and was like, cool, we can see the bone. That's not very nice. Toby had to take a little walk away. Toby doesn't like blood. Toby doesn't like blood at all. So when I walked into the fucking the ground floor, I came round the corner in front of the bar. There was a big fat round about that big red puddle of claret on the floor. I was like, I'll go and get the first aid kit. Fucking accident book.
Did he electrically tape it?
He just used electrical tape. And I was like, what have you done? And he went, I put a brand new wood saw on. I was shaving a bit off and I slipped and he went straight into the hand, a brand new saw blade. And I was like, for fuck's sake. So I turned around, there's a box full of just tissue paper and bits of flesh. And I was like,
Oh, God.
So I went upstairs, got the fucking first aid kit, came down, took it all out, got the fucking, like the cleaning wipes, a bandage, some tape, all the proper stuff. I was like, right, I'm going to need you to take that electrical tape off. I need to look at it. And he's like, oh, no, I'll just carry on. I was like, I need you to take that off. I need to look at it. Because I think you should go to hospital now. And he went, no, I've got too much work to do. I was like, I think you should go to hospital now. I think that's the most... Anyway, so he took the tape off, and it was fucking horrible. It was to the bone. And I was like, so we cleaned it up. It started bleeding again, which was a problem. Bandaged it, wrapped it, retaped it all up, so it was all nice and dressed properly. And I was like, I'm going to tell you now, I think you should go to the hospital. And he went, no. I was like, they need to stitch that closed.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. I was like, Rusty, for fuck's sake. He went, okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll carry on here and I'll go this evening because it'll be quieter. I was like, A&E will be quieter on a Saturday evening.
In which
Sounds
county?
like bullshit. And he went on the Saturday evening. And the worst part about it was they didn't even fucking stitch it closed. They put a fucking great big needle in it and numbed it all up, cleaned it all properly.
Oh, my God.
And then they just dressed it tighter than I dressed it. And then he came back a week later and it's basically healed. So, yeah.
I don't know how I do.
I need you to trademark this idea. And I want shares of the profit. Joe rambles about what he wants, needs, desires, while making a living from his hobby. Sell it as a smart speaker's sleep sound. Thank me when you're a trillionaire.
The thing is, right, I think you often all think he's deeper than he is. Because once he's done episode 1, he's out of content. Thank you for the $50, yes, and you're a hero. We're getting closer to Aragon. He's just, as a statue, Aragon is £298. Pre-delivery charge and import tax.
Isn't that the big spider off Harry Potter?
No, that's Aragog.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'd want that in here.
I have got super glue in the studio, nobody, but that wound was fucking wide and deep. Super glue wouldn't have done it. It was basically, you're right, Black, if he'd have done it with a clean blade, they'd have been able to stitch it together, but because he did it with a wood saw, there was no way they were stitching it together. The skin was fucking in tatters, so they just had to push it together and hope it stuck, and it did. Lucy's suffering over a little bit, by the way. I did learn relatively early on that Toby is very bad with blood.
Was Toby like, whoop?
If you're ever hobbying at the hobby bar and hobby house, right, and you slip with a scalpel and lodge it in your hand, you want to hope that I'm on shift and not Toby, because one of us will help you dress it and sort it all out, and one of us will collapse. That's what's going to happen. He goes very pale, very sweaty, and he doesn't look comfortable.
No. I think that's a skill that either you have or you don't. I don't think you become accustomed to being okay with seeing wounds or like lots of blood. I think it's just within you to cope with it or not.
I've always coped okay. We've had some pretty grim shit. But I think that most people have a cup, right? A glass, a container of some sort. And when it comes to unpleasant stuff, people's cup fills. And people's cups fill at different rates. So some people will see their first ever unpleasant thing and their cup will be overflowing and they won't be able to cope and they'll have nightmares about it and they'll throw up and all sorts. And I've seen that happen. And some people's cup fills very slowly every time they see a new thing. But ultimately there is a point in which it will get full or could get full. And I think some people, paramedics for example, probably have a cup that fills so fucking slowly that over a 30-year career it will never actually get fully full. But I know some people have done a job like that or a job that involves not very nice things. They've got to a point where they're like, I'm done, I can't do anymore.
I'm absolutely fascinated by paramedics. Because doctors and nurses, also amazing, but they're in a hospital where I guess because they're in the building that is the medical building and there's always going to be someone that needs your help in that building, do you kind of forget about the home side, whereas paramedics go into all situations. So sometimes it's some lovely old lady's little warm lounge. Sometimes it can be a school playground, something terrible's happened. Sometimes it's a shopping centre, and they have to have these many sides to them to help keep their patient calm.
Yeah.
Like I think they're
amazing
fascinating.
people.
Yeah.
Although even then, all the training in the world, we had a young paramedic turn up to an incident involving a train and a person. And I'm not going to go into gruesome detail on here. It's not something to talk about on a stream. But it wasn't a pleasant experience, and it was I believe it was her first day on the job as a paramedic, and I think also her last.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it wasn't the nicest first call to ever go to. Let's be honest.
No.
But you know, anyone who's prepared to try, I think, is a fucking hero, quite frankly.
When I was in my second care home, there was a girl that was sort of bank staff, and she was doing some kind of university degree where she had gotten as far as she could without having to specialise, and if she went this way, she could specialise and become some kind of hospital staff, and if she went this way, she could train as a paramedic. And the second that she was like, oh, I don't know what to do, straight away I was like, do the paramedic thing, because I feel like that would just be such a illuminating career. Do the paramedic thing.
Yes, daft medic. That's what it was. A friend of mine is a motorcycle paramedic and works out a lot of road races. Some of his stories are horrific. I mean, I don't seek it out. I've just been involved in a lot of it in my time, in various capacities, and I don't currently have a problem. Really, there's a little trauma each time, but you know, my cup I feel like is not nearing full. But basically, if you're going to hobby at a hobby house, only use scalpels if I'm on shift. Is the lesson to learn here, right? Because if you slip and jam it in your hand, Lee did that when we were hobbying on camp. He slipped and jammed it. He ended up having to have stitches in his thumb because he jammed the scalpel into his thumb down to the bone.
I really hope I'm not doing like a bar shift.
Why?
Because all that happened is, babe, you need to come into work.
It's just blood. It's fine.
I can't do it.
I'll do all the blood. I've told you this before. I'll do the blood. You do all the vomit.
Okay, I'll do the vomit.
I can't do vomit.
Okay.
I've done bone sticking out of legs. I can do all that kind of shit. That's fine. I can do piss and shit. I don't care about that. Fine, whatever. Vomit. Nope. Can't do that.
No, I'm not doing it.
Can't do that. The second someone throws up, I instantly start sympathy vomiting. It takes literal seconds before I'm going, which is interesting when you've got kids who are unwell, and you've got a child who's throwing up because they're unwell, and you put them in the toilet and go, lean over the toilet. If you need to throw up again, throw up in the toilet. I'm gonna go clean up that fucking red mess you've just left all over my cream carpet. And as I'm cleaning it up, all you hear is because I can't, and I had a literal clothes peg on my nose. I can't do this. I fucking hate it.
I remember because you called me and I was in Morrison's and you called me saying, are you nearly home because James has been sick and I can't do it. And I was stood in a abandoned Morrison's and I said, oh no. Oh, the queues are so long.
It was hurt my nose because it was so fucking tight. And then my eyes were watering, so I looked like I've been crying, and I kept dry retching, and all I hear was this little 7-year-old in the bathroom going, "Are you okay, Daddy?" I'm like, "You're the sick one." Honestly, when I was at my basics course at Arborfield, once I'd finished my basic training, I went to my trade training at Arborfield. We had 4-man rooms when we first got there, right? And in this 4-man room, there was 3 of us specifically. It was me, a lad called Chris, and a lad called Jason. Right, and that was our common foundation, technical foundation course was in that room. And only when you moved on to your aircraft course and you got a certain way through your aircraft course, you then move into your single man rooms in B company. We were in A company to start with, right? And whenever you used to go out on the piss in the army, especially when there's a group of you, you'd have a person who's duty shark watch. Right, so there was all these things that you got taught, and basically you'd have a designated driver essentially who would stay sober for the evening and keep an eye on what's going on, make sure the lads are looking after themselves, make sure they're safe. Most importantly, make sure they're drink, because there was a whole spat of squaddies' drinks getting spiked and them getting mugged and robbed and all sorts of stuff. And that's what Shark Watch was watching out for people spiking their drinks and stuff. So one night we went out, Whereas me, Chris, and Jason, because we shared a room, would also share a car because it kind of makes sense, right? We'd all come back at the same time or whatever. Chris was a lovely lad. So when I joined the army, my regimental number was 2520738. Right? His regimental number, despite the fact that he signed up in Bristol and I signed up in Southampton, was 2520737. We started basic training on the same day. We both joined to be aircraft technicians.
Ah.
Really weird, right? Really bizarre. And we did basic training together at Purbright. We then went to Arborfield together, did our aircraft course, we did our common foundation together, technical foundation together, and did our aircraft course together, and then both got posted to Watcham. I went 7th Battalion, he went 3 Regiment Army Air Corps, right? So we were like, we're 1 Reggie number away. And we basically did the whole thing all the way through together. In fact, the first basics course, he beat me to the trophy. And when I went back on upgraders, I won the fucking trophy. Yeah. But he was like a fucking fizz nut. He was a fitness mentalist. He just loved fucking fitness. Fitness. He was mad for it. Basically, never put any shit in his body, never ate anything terrible. Fitness, and he was fucking fit as well.
Wow, I'd love to know how he's getting on now. Like all those good habits, is he still?
Yeah, and so he was a fitness freak, and then eventually, Jason and I encouraged him to come out for a night out and enjoy himself. And he did. He got on the beer. He had loads of beers. I say beers. I don't know what he was drinking.
Did he normally drink?
Not really. No.
Oh no.
He got utterly fucking shit faced.
Yeah.
Utterly fucking shit faced, which was fine. Apart from I had a 3-door car where to get in the back you used to have to fold a seat forwards. And so I was told, right, we're ready to go now. I was like, cool. So he climbs into the back of the car and he's pissed. He's really shit faced, but
why didn't you put him in the front?
We're fucking squaddies. We're all pissed all the time anyway. Right? So it wasn't that different. It's just most of the lads are pretty good at handling their drink. Jason gets in the front. I'm driving back from Reading to Arborfield camp, which is about 15 to 20 minutes. And about halfway through, I was like, "What the fuck?" It wasn't saying any word or anything, and the music wasn't on loud. It was just chatting to Jason. He was from like Newcastle. He was used to just being pissed. And then next thing, I was like. And there's this wave of smell hit me, I was like, "You fucking creature!"
Did he do it? You know that pocket on the back?
No.
Driver's seat?
He leant as if he was going to go out the window. He's in a 3-door car. There is no window. So what he'd done is he'd just gone down the side of the seat in a 3-door fucking hatchback, right? So I fucking got us back onto camp, go through, show army ODs, get onto park up in the car, take him to bed because he was fucking fucked. So we carried him into the block, put him in his bed. Right, fucking shoes off, socks off, in you go, done. Right, duvet on, sleep it off, mate. You'll be all right. Bear in mind, you got to be up at 7 o'clock for parade the next day at the latest.
Did he make parade?
Of course we did. He wasn't in a fit state. I then went back out. This is like 2:30 in the morning. Went back out to the car, livid, with a carrier bag and 2 rolls of fucking kitchen towel as I'm scooping it out this.
Oh no!
It's fucking. I was so angry, And I'm there going. It's like 2:30. The car park was on the parade ground, right? It's 2:30 in the fucking morning. I am fucking. Those 2 pissheads are now sound asleep. And eventually, a fucking hour later, I got the worst of it out, and I had like a spray, and I just fucking drenched it in like nice cleaning fluid, and cleaned it all up and wiped it all down and stuff. And finally I got to bed at like 3:30. My alarm goes off at 6:30 to get up to get ready for parade, right? So I got up at 6:30, look over at him, and he's rolled over in his sleep, thrown black stuff up all over his pillow, and it's got stuck to his face.
Black stuff?
Black shit, yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was drinking.
Did it look like coffee grounds?
I haven't got a fucking clue, I can't remember. And Jason gets up and he's still hanging out his arse as well. So again, part of the duty was in the mornings I need to make sure you lads are ready for parade, because we're gonna get in it. We're just getting the shit all the time. Yeah. So eventually I dragged him out of his fucking pit and got him ready for parade. And he stood there, fucking berry on like across his fucking eye like this, not shaved properly, which is already a fuck. I wasn't putting a razor near his face. Because when Jason was like, "I need to get him up," I was like, "No, leave him." He's like, "He's letting his own vomit." I was like, "Fucking leave him there. I don't care." And then he said to me, we did parade, and he got back to him and he was like, "Do I need to clean your car?" I was like,
"No, you need to pay for it."
Yes. I contemplated going back out and just pouring all the vomit back in and be like, "Clean that." Horrible.
When
honestly.
I had to shave the lovely elderly gentleman when I was a carer, I'd get so nervous because I've just never shaved a man before that. And I had no idea. The Adam's apple and the like edge of the jawline, terrifying.
I mean, most parades in Reading, Tuesdays and Thursdays were both student nights originally at Reading University in different parts of the city, different parts of the town. So what would happen is lads would get onto camp on Sunday night, Monday morning, and then Monday night was quiz night in the regimental bar, right? Tuesday was student night, Wednesday was rugby club night, Thursday was student night, Friday you go home for the weekend.
Okay.
So you would spend the week every morning on parade, shit-faced, just pissed for a week. So we did the Monday night quiz. We'd sit and do the quiz and win it. There was me and a guy called Kev Valance who just used to win the fucking quiz every Monday. And when you won the quiz, you won 4-pint pitchers of beer. There was 2 of us, banging. And then and then Tuesday night, student night, one part Reading. Which, as long as you were able to get into the bar, they didn't say, you look like a squaddy, you're not coming in, because there's far too many fights.
Right, yeah.
Fine. Wednesday was then go play rugby somewhere, and then it was always back to the bar, rugby club, until midnight, and that was £1 a can in the rugby club. And then, with all fines and rules and stuff. Thursday night was back in student night, and then Friday you got home so your kidney could rest for a couple of days.
After the USMCB Day ball one year, I was driving a friend home. He decided to puke into an empty cup, smart, then tried to toss it out the window. Unfortunately, the window was still closed. It was bad.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. I love it. There's so many silly stories like that. There was at one point where we were convoying up to Scotland for an exercise. We were driving in these old fucking military trucks. They were fucked, right? They were horrible. And we had a problem with one of them.
Serious question. Why is there always a carrot in your spew? Even if it's been months since eating a bloody carrot.
And so we had this problem, right, where one of them, these fucking big trucks, and you're bouncing around driving this fucking thing, and one of them, the power steering broke. We're like, we just stop. So there was me and another guy, and he had to basically put his feet up against the fucking door so that he could pull the steering wheel. So I had to put my leg in to do the pedals. It was a right fuck it, so we could get off the motorway onto the fucking services, so the VMs, the vehicle mechanics, could have a look at it, right, and go,
yeah,
this is what we need to change. We lost loads of time, right, which was fine because it's broken. Got it fixed, get it moving again. Got back on the motorway. We'd been driving for like 3 hours, and I was like, I need to use the bathroom. And he
Did
was
you pee in a bottle?
And he was like, we can't stop. We've lost too much time. I was like, okay, right. Now we had bottles.
Oh, you're rancid.
So up on knees, back to driver. I don't want him watching me, right? But obviously we're in the slow. We're in the.
Oh sure, because that's the embarrassing bit.
We're in the slow lane of the motorway, so I'm facing hedges. So it's fine. It's fine. Right, Trip, you fucking arsehole. And he's like, yeah, don't worry. But back to him like that, right? And then as soon as I start and he realises, he pulled into the middle lane, the fucker. Starts overtaking all the other trucks. I was like, hey lads. Straight past the officer's wagon. Oops, up. Stomach lining looks like a carrot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, neither did I.
I know your bile is green.
Yes, I know that. Thank you anyway, Commodore, for the $10, and thank you, Yesen, for the $5. You're a hero. The gifting stopped, chat. It stopped. We were on course for a voucher tonight, and then it just stopped dead. Everyone was gifting 10, and then no one gifted 10. Power just went out. What's going on? No idea. Yeah, there's loads of stories like that, unfortunately. Loads of them. There's too many, and some of them we just can't recount on stream, to be quite frank. I was talking to someone the other day, and they said, do you miss the military days? And I was like, yeah, but.
Yeah.
Strong but. So the first thing, I miss the job of working on aircraft more than anything else.
Yeah, I can understand
As much
that.
as I enjoyed the camaraderie, I've never laughed so hard at some of the stupid shit that we got. I don't know how we got up to some of it. I don't know. How we got away with a lot of it, I don't fucking know. But I miss working on, because I was, dare I say this, sounding like an egotistical prick, I was fucking good at working on helicopters. I really enjoyed that, and so I missed that quite a lot. But what I learned was quite recently as well, when we went to like Lee's Top Table and stuff, is that the army that I miss doesn't fucking exist anymore.
Yeah.
The things we got up to, the things we did, and the things we got up to, and the fucking shenanigans that happened just don't happen anymore.
My saddest thing for the Christmas ball that we got invited to last Christmas, the amount of people who came up to say hi, and because we've been out of it for so long now, I'd say things like, "Oh, how's the missus?" And it would be, "Oh yeah, we got divorced."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's very common.
How are you? And almost all of them, "How's the missus?" "Oh yeah, well, you know, we're not together anymore." It's really sad.
Very common, unfortunately.
The army says they're family orientated, but so many families become.
It's. I mean, to be fair, it's a hell of a strain on a relationship.
Massively, yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
There's no beating around the bush there. It just is, unfortunately. Yes, and thank you for the one gifted. Rummer Clock, thank you for the one gifted. The thing is, in the Apache world as well, is those guys just got fucking hammered constantly.
Yeah.
They just got hammered constantly. We got hammered constantly.
But then I feel bad for the girlfriends of the divorced soldier, because that's a proper like raw project of a person.
I mean, yeah, but
going
at least at the point in which, so I think a lot of the failed relationships, dare I say this, for fear of speaking out of turn, I think a lot of them were people that were relationships, then joined the forces, and it kind of broke down. Whereas at least girlfriends of those people know what they're getting into. They know what they're kind of buying into it as and when it's already happening. So they're more aware of what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
Whereas when you start your military career, I think a lot of people have this idyllic kind of vision of what it might be like, but it often isn't that way. And often you don't have fucking choices, and often you are told what's happening, and you can't say no. And often you're told last minute you're going away, and you can't say fucking no. And you've lost your weekend, and you can't say no, and etc. and etc. and etc. And it's a strain, and it's a strain on anyone, you know. And I think we should. I personally think, I don't know if it's the same in the US or other countries, but I think the UK should do a lot more to support military families in general, and they don't. And there used to be a ton of benefits to being military, a ton of benefits, including cheaper goods and cheaper this and cheaper that and cheaper something else. And slowly but surely, all the kind of benefits that made the life a little bit less shit when at least you were in the UK have been eroded, and they've been taken away because of budget cuts and because of costs. And sometimes I think to myself, if there's one place where we shouldn't really be cutting budget and costs, it's when looking after our armed forces. But then I'm also very biased as a veteran. So, you know, I think if you put a lot of those supports back in place, potentially those relationships are less likely to break down. But that's an opinion, and some people will disagree with it and some people will agree with it. But lucky enough to attend both sergeant's mess and officer's mess functions. Way more fun away from the Ruperts. My liver and kidneys still haven't recovered. I've never done officer's mess, I've done sergeant's mess, but never officer's mess, and I don't feel like I've missed anything, to be honest with you.
Do you know, when I look at it objectively, our time in Suffolk while you were still in, what a bizarre experience.
In what way? Do explain. We're one away from 120, by the way, chat. We're 82 away, just saying. In what way?
Because an entire street would have no men on it because they're all away.
Mm-hmm.
What a vulnerable street.
Is it?
I thought, but then I was only 22.
Right. Is it vulnerable at that point, or is it useful knowing that all your neighbours are going through the same shit and you can pop around for a cup of tea and have a chin wag?
Yeah, that's not the patch we lived on, babe.
That's the concept, though, right?
That's the concept. That's not the reality.
Concept and execution are often two very different things. But the concept of these people are all away together, they have a shared experience, a shared trauma almost, and therefore people have shared trauma bonds.
Then you'd hear stories about, don't buy that washing powder and put it in your window. I wasn't going to, but now I'm intrigued. Why?
So I think that at that point, there's a logic there to it. It doesn't work that way, but thank you. I'd imagine it worked better years before things like the internet and text messaging existed, because at that point, when people only had phones and that's it, and letters, I'd imagine they would do more mingling and looking after each other.
Yeah.
But it's too easy in the world today to back into a corner like this.
And then there's the very strange hostility.
Yes, and thank you for the one gifted.
Towards people who are from a different part of the country, very clearly military wife, because you've just poof turned up. You don't have a local accent. Nobody knows who you are, so you're definitely not from round here. And there's a weird hostility, but it's not out and out hostility / discrimination. It's just gentle little reminders that you're the outsider.
Yeah. The 500 members get hit yesterday. It did, yes. Joe's Hierophant got dispatched today. It's on its way to me. What we're going to do is we'll do a Liam and Joe show in the new year, and I'm going to take it out its box and just set fire to it in front of him. That'll go viral.
And how I couldn't have another man in my house without you finding out, despite the fact you're in Afghanistan.
Lads, look out for me.
But that feels very like... Who the fuck is watching the house?
It was so funny when it was like, there's a blonde man turned up to your house at 10 o'clock at night. I was like, oh yeah. And I knew what was going on, obviously. We had reptiles, and Luce was pregnant on my 3rd tour of Afghanistan. And one of the reptiles was a Chinese water dragon. And Chinese water dragons, you should take them out and bath them. So you'd fill the bath up, you put them on the fucking shower, and they dive into the water and have a little swim around.
It's pretty amazing.
It's very amazing, yeah. We had a Chinese water dragon, and this thing decided, as Luce got more and more pregnant, that it hated her more and more and more, right? It just decided that it fucking hated her. So one day, she ran out of bath, a lizard, right? Got this fucking Chinese water dragon out, put it on, it dived in, had a little swim around, and then she went to get it out. And the dragon went, fucking nuh-uh. Not happening. And it got pretty fucking aggressive. And she was heavily pregnant, and I was on tour. Now, the dragon we'd got from her brother's ex-girlfriend, or now ex-girlfriend, who owns and runs a reptile store. A very reputable one with lots of accolades and awards. And so they're in Coventry, 2.5 hours away from where we are in Ipswich. So she decided, I can't get this fucking dragon out the bath. Easiest solution, I'll get them to drive from Coventry and come and pick the fucking thing up.
Obviously.
That's right, chat. When I was away on tour, she gave away my water dragon. So they drive across from Coventry. So they shut the shop and finish for the day, and then drive across from Coventry to come and pick this fucking thing up.
If you can't hysterically cry at your brother, what is ever the point in having one?
They shut the shop at like 5, 5:30, get ready to come across, drive across. So they get to Ipswich at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, right? Ish, roughly speaking. At which point they go into the house to pack this fucking dragon up, who's still in the water at this point, going, it's fucking cold in here. Right?
No, I kept topping it up
with
warm water.
Fucking drowning in it. So they came across to pick this fucking Chinese water dragon up, and the vivarium, as it's called, the tank essentially.
Terrarium?
Terrarium, vivarium, whatever.
Whatever.
And they fucking, and I had a message. There's a blonde man in your house.
Yeah, they totally left out the fact that Kate was there too.
Yeah. I mean, there's a blonde man in your house. I was like, oh my god, shocking. And I played dumb for a bit, and I was like, you fucking morons. Unless she's banging her brother, I'm not really that concerned. I mean, you're from Coventry, so it's not entirely impossible.
That felt really...
And then I think it was that same tour where I sent Brom up with flowers and chocolates.
Yeah, because I was all sad.
Because Luce is really sad, and Brom was like, I'm going to go visit her and see if she's okay, because Brom's a fucking hero.
Oh, no, the reason why he came up was because he was messaging me, how am I getting on? And I was like, yeah, I'm digging in a veggie patch. And he was like, you're fucking not, because you're pregnant, stop it. And I said, it's fine, I've just found a red ant's nest anyway, so I'm going to have to pause now for a bit. Pretty much straight in the car and drove up.
Yeah, so he drove up, which from Southampton to Ipswich is 3.5 hours, but Brom's obviously an incredible fucking friend. So he drives up there.
I don't care if Paddy loses. Give him 2 Torna when Joe brings the Hierophant the first time, and pink slip it so he claims the model. Hashtag this is the way.
Amazing. Thank you, Estin, and thank you for the hat trick. You're a legend.
2 hat tricks.
And so Brom was like, I'm going to go check up on her. Is there anything you would like me to do? I was like, yes. Here's her favourite chocolates. Can you get some flowers? Here's all the money for it. And can you just, because I can't, so do that for me. And he was like, yeah, not a problem. So he did. And then I got a message. A man's just turned up at your house with flowers and chocolates. Oh, fucking hell. You fucking camped in my front bush. I was like, is he? Bastard. Who is it?
Yeah,
Mind you,
that
when he
did
came,
feel very
when he came up
claustrophobic.
when he came up to help you with that, he also brought my friend Dan with me
Yeah.
as well. So 2 occasions they've told me that a man has gone into my house, failed to fucking tell me that another person was with him at the same time.
Yeah.
So they must just think you're into some fucking wild gangbanging going on whilst pregnant. Unbelievable, honestly. It is a little bit. It's a little bit suffocating.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Right,
Not a
chat.
fan.
2 minutes, if that. There's a loose fact, and I'm going to bed because I'm fucking tired. There are loose facts.
Although I do like to play my military game with Paddy when I get a chance. And now, chat, you all have to be on it as well.
Yeah,
Paddy-
you can't tell him this though. He's not allowed to know this.
Paddy is still in, so he probably doesn't even know he does this. But whenever I stand near Paddy, and at some point me and Paddy are alone in the vicinity because Liam's making cups of tea or Joe's gone to use the toilet for the 10th time, Paddy will move away from me.
Yeah.
And it always makes me giggle
I
a
think
little
it's the
bit.
smell.
And I always wonder, is it because the adultery statistic is
I don't know if it
crazy
is that
high?
high.
I've been told it's really high. And the reasons that marriages supposedly fail with soldier families is because the guys and the female soldiers are away a lot. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know if it's ingrained in there that if you're not physically near the opposite sex, you can't possibly be accused.
If I'm not stood next to you, I can't impregnate you.
Yeah. So I like to play the military game of how close can I stand near Paddy before it's like the repellent side of a magnet.
I'm waiting to see the
moves
day where you're
away.
literally draped on him. Because he will look uncomfortable.
So
in that
Jack,
particular scenario.
the next time you see me stand near Paddy, I'm just going to try and be like, ooh, get a bit closer. And oh no, I
Yeah,
repelled
because
him.
all the times they see you stood near Paddy.
I repelled him.
Bastard. Oh, it's been a nice little show tonight, chat. Do you know what, right? I sit. One of the things I do when I'm live streaming is I have the YouTube numbers window on my left-hand side of my screen, right? It tells me how many concurrent viewers, how many likes, 80, despite the fact 95 people are watching. So some of you haven't liked. It's like you hate me. Chat revenue, new members, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, straight up, because this is the way that it works in my brain, is I obsess over all 4 numbers. So I have to keep an eye on the new members number to make sure that it's going up and we're making some money. Otherwise, what's the point in doing the channel? Because otherwise I can't pay my bills. Keep an eye on the chat revenue, and I have my members and chat target, right? And I also have a likes target, and I like to go for the 100 because it's easy. They're not all created equal. Likes are free. £100 worth of super chats is not the same as 100 members, obviously, but I just feel like that's an easy target. 100. And one of the things I also look out on the left hand side is concurrent viewers, because I often feel like concurrent viewers is one of the indicators as to whether the topic's good, the thumbnail's good, and then the content's good.
Okay.
Because if the topic's good and the thumbnail's good, people will come to watch it. And if the content's good, they'll stay.
Okay.
And then the concurrent view number goes up. So like last night, for example, we hit 370 concurrent viewers on the game stream, which is quite a lot, which is decent. Like nearly 400 people watching a game. I think it's good for a channel our size. There's channels bigger than us that struggle to get 400 people for a live show. So I think I would consider that a successful kind of show on the whole, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting with Fridays is they often sit around 90. And
Yeah.
when they're below, I don't know what it is mentally, but when it's below 100, I feel like it's bad. When it's above 100, I feel like the show's doing okay. When it's below 100, I always feel like it's bad. Don't know why. It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't mean fuck all. And yet, still to this day, Fridays are some of the most fun shows.
Yeah.
The dedicated audience are the ones in the chat. They're the ones that will have a laugh with us. They know some of our history and some of what's
Yeah.
happened and some of the fucking trials and tribulations of the Dempsey family. And yet, I feel like I need to stop focusing on that number on Fridays and just enjoy a Friday show because it's just good fun. And I've tried to ignore the number tonight, and we've hovered between 90 and 100 all night. Mm-hmm. So I haven't ignored it, clearly, because I've watched it. But I've tried to ignore it, and, you know, singles were banned from the pad estates at 14 cigs.
Wow,
Oh my
did it
God.
get that bad?
Luce is accusing Paddy of wanting to bang her. Yeah, pretty much.
As in, like, single soldiers couldn't live on site, or
They
that
couldn't go on the pads.
you couldn't bring your single friend.
Single soldiers couldn't go on the married quarters.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I just wanted to share that. Like, I'm trying on Fridays to obsess over that number a little less, because on a Monday or a Tuesday, I try and pick a topic that's a motive or a thumbnail that will kind of draw people in and have a chat about something hobby related and something relevant and get people's input. So often I come away from a show and I've changed my mind on my outlook on something because chat have convinced me actually the way I'm looking at it isn't right. I don't want to be the creator that comes to the channel, comes to the camera, sits here and goes, this is my fucking view and you should all think like me. I don't believe in that. I've never believed in that. I like to go, this is my view, and have that kind of discussion with you guys in chat. And so often I'm like, didn't think of that as an option. Didn't think of things that way. Didn't think that was a way of looking at that thing.
Yeah.
And I often feel like I come away coming like a bit more informed and a bit more open to sort of different opinions and views. And that's what Mondays and Wednesdays are for. Or to some extent, that's also what Liam and Joe shows are for quite often. But Fridays is our family chill out stream. You're all family on a Friday. That's the point, right? And I have to realise that I haven't made an emotive title and I haven't made an emotive thumbnail and I haven't tried to draw people. I've just tried to just enjoy ourselves for a couple of hours. So they couldn't set foot on the estate, and the wives were often as bad as the lads.
I can't believe it would get so bad that you'd have to ban.
Yeah.
Because the house that we moved into, the amount of people that already knew about it, we should have known then of like.
Well, because the guy and his wife who owned it before us, who was in it before us, was an adulterous whore. Both of them.
Yeah, that became a very old party trick very quickly of, yes, but we live here now. Please stop talking about what will become our child's nursery.
I think she got fucking banged more than a near empty bottle of ketchup. Anyway, at the end of the show, it's obviously time for a loose fact because it's Friday. All right, you ready for this? And I got to go to bed because it's an early kickoff tomorrow for Saints. So I'm a tired panda today. I had to ride to BMW in the cold to get something sorted on my bike, to ride into work, to do some fucking flooring, and then I had a 2.5 hour meeting in the afternoon. I shouldn't complain too much. We were sat at Starbucks having that meeting, but still, you know. Only to come home, and I'm about ready for bed now because I'm fucking hanging out my ass. So you get yourself a loose fact because you've hung around till now, and I know that's really why you're all here. There we go. Time for loose fact.
The people of Iceland read more books than any other people in the world.
Even when it's dark.
I think it's because they use the refrigerator light.
They don't have electric.
What?
Why would you read books if you've got electric?
Oh, I thought you said they didn't have electric.
First army I tried to start I gave to you. I don't care about the hobby. It's the Top Gear side of stuff, and Luce and Joe getting bummed.
Why and Luce and Joe getting bummed? Or is it's the Top Gear side of stuff and Luce and Joe getting bummed? Or is it the Top Gear side of stuff and Luce and Joe getting bummed?
What?
If you read it, I don't care about the hobby. It's the Top Gear side of stuff and Luce and Joe getting bummed.
But you said it two different ways.
Yeah, because I don't think that's what he means. I think he means it's the Top Gear side of stuff and Luce and Joe getting bummed.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think he means that one, but it reads like he likes you and Joe getting bummed. Which I don't know how they found that content. That's behind so many paywalls.
I'm doing my magnet thing on Paddy when I should be doing it on Joe.
So yes, it says and Luce space and Joe. See, but it reads and Luce and Joe getting bummed. And that's
in tandem.
You're paying more than Asa for that. I'll be honest. That's a whole different type of content.
No wonder why me and Joe are so unusually bonded.
Yeah. Yeah, that was where the Warhammer window email comes from. I would take each one of these dwarves over an army from the Iron Hills. When I called upon them, they answered, loyalty, honour, a willing heart. I couldn't ask them more than that. Where's that come from? But there you go. Right. So, Yeston likes Luce and Joe being bummed. Max, thank you for the $5. Do you know what, right? Over the course of just as a closing sentiment to what Yeston just said, over the course of the last probably 2 years, maybe longer, maybe 3 years, my hobby output has been in the toilet. Not for want of trying and not for want of doing more, but it hasn't. I haven't done anywhere near as much hobbying as I would like to do. It's funny, you become the owner of a channel like this and a business and run a business like this, and you just do less hobby. You don't get the chance, you're going to get the time. Joe takes the piss. I'm sure lots of you would like to get paid his money to sit there and paint fucking miniatures 5 days a week, right? Don't be fooled by it. Cunt's got it easy. When you run the business, you don't have the capacity or time to sit here and do hobbying, because I'd spend an hour painting a model and I feel guilty that I haven't done something else, especially when I'm trying to also launch a shop at the same time, right? So I haven't done anywhere near as much hobby in the last 2 years as I would have liked to have done. It's just a fact. It's a sad fact, but it's a fact. But because of you lot, and because of the chat and the way that you lot are as chat, and a massive shout out to the Thanes as well, who often keep me sane day on day, because the Thanes chat, I'm telling you now, chat, it's going to sound like this is a big upsell, and I get it. If you're in chat right now, and you have the disposable, and I know that's a hard push for a lot of people, becoming a Thane could and probably will be one of the best things you'll ever do for your hobby life, because they are a fucking insanely amazing group of people. They are so incredibly supportive. They're funny. They're interesting. There's lots of stories. They're supportive. They help each other. They look after each other. There's lots of different clubs going on. You lot in chat and the Thanes means that by 3 years of having a hobby channel, I'm not really doing a hobby, and I don't really care. I'm just enjoying it. I could just enjoy Warhammer even though I'm not doing the hobby. So I'm feeling similar, I guess, experience to what you just spoke about, Yestin. And I think that that's quite important. I don't think I have to be building and painting to be enjoying the hobby. And the hobby's multifaceted, from lore to gaming to playing to building to painting to talking about it to enjoying, looking over rules and looking over narrative and playing video games and reading books and learning about lore and all that kind of stuff. It is multifaceted. It's amazing. And actually, the Top Gear vibe is definitely something that I wanted to push for. And I think for the most part, Tom's definitely got his own character now on the show. Started quite timid, definitely got his own character. I think Toby's going to be an incredible character for the channel in general. He's not even employed by the channel, but he wants to be involved because he thinks it's fucking fun dicking about playing Warhammer. So he's like, his job is Hobby House, but he's like, in my free time, I want to come and help on the channel because I think it's fun, which is great.
Yeah.
Brom's his own character. Paddy's very much his own character. Sometimes the lesson about Joe the better. He's absolutely his own character. And I think one of the things I was really keen on in general was that these people were able to project themselves rather than having to be kind of some molded presenter. And I'm glad that you, legitimately glad that you feel that way, and that it's kept you interested. Tried to start an army, gave it away, still love the hobby based on what you're watching. I think that's perfect. Smeg says, I can vouch for Thanes, I miss them. Oh, I'll come back. Chatty fuckers mine, be prepared for 4 million WhatsApp messages in a day. Yeah, facts.
Dunno about hobby life, but general mental health thanks to Thanes has been way better.
Aww. Shout
out to Sean, Jill, Nick, Alex, Sam, etc.
And if you're an etc rather than a name, it's because Jay doesn't like you as much. Thank you, JK, for the $5. It's not a sales pitch. It's not. I mean, it is a little bit of a sales pitch, but it's not a sales pitch. Thanes is expensive. That's a fact. But you get my mobile number and videos of Luce being bummed. So.
Oh no. No. So send the ones of Joe.
If you're a bit embarrassed to upgrade to Thane in front of everybody else, do it after the show. Get yourself in WhatsApp. Have a look at it for a week. Treat yourself over Christmas to Thanes. They're fucking incredible humans. But then, to be fair, all of you people in chat are incredible humans. In fact, they are
best chat.
Best chat. There you go. Absolutely best chat. You're amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. You are the best chat. Now, although we're breaking for Christmas, we're not breaking for Christmas, okay? So some of you know it's your last working day and you've got a couple of weeks off, and that's amazing, and I'm hoping you get to enjoy some festivities and eat some mince pies and, have some sherry and all that kind of good Christmassy stuff. We are, however, still continuing with content for the most part. So Monday, there is a hobby show at 7:30 as per usual. Tuesday, there's a Liam and Toby show at 13:30 because Joe isn't in the studio on Tuesday. He's got the day off. And then in the evening, there's a live game of Warhammer to 40Ks. It's me and Paddy. It's my birthday show because my birthday's on Wednesday.
Not as expensive as a shrink.
Flat cheaper, facts. Thank you, Adrian. And also what you get to do on Tuesday, not only do you get to gift more than you did for Joe yesterday, but it's also Toby's first ever time running the deck.
Oh, okay.
I haven't taught him yet.
Okay.
That will be fun, right?
Do tell him about my flowchart.
Yes. Wednesday is my birthday, no content. Thursday's Christmas Day.
Yeah. There will be no stream.
And then Friday's Boxing Day, and there'll be a show in the evening, all right? So keep an eye on that. Then we've got the weekend, and then we go into New Year's. And then I think it's next Wednesday is New Year's Eve show. And New Year's Eve show is a New Year's Eve show. It's a 4-hour extravaganza. Whilst Luce gets a -0 fucking... It's like a fucking ship sail, chat. It's huge.
I need to tape it.
It wouldn't fit on a fucking king-size bed sheet. This thing is massive. Massive, right? We have caused deforestation somewhere in the Amazon to get this thing ready for you to all get your awards for doing your fucking 5s and 10s and
your
gifteds.
£3 voucher.
Yeah, right. Your £3 voucher. We need to work out what the fuck we're going to do for it. I've also got to figure out a prize for Armies on Parade and all kinds of shit. I've got so much to do. Anyway. That's a future me problem. Hopefully you enjoy your wonderful weekend. Hopefully you have a lovely time. Hopefully you get some hobbying done, get to chill out a little bit. We'll be back on Monday as usual at 7:30. Gaz today will have opened the weekend workshop in Discord, and inevitably, don't forget also if you're a Yarlton member, you can enter the giveaway, which will be drawn on New Year's Eve, I believe. I think that's everything. You've already said
best chat.
Best chat. I think that's everything. You're amazing. Thank you so much for watching, you wonderful human beings. We'll see you
in the next one.
Right.
I've wanted to do that for weeks.
I will throw something heavy at you.
Okay, I won't do it now.
Now I will release the videos of her being banned for free. Put her on mute. Thank you very much, you wonderful human beings, for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed that the show. Hopefully we'll see you on Monday. If not, we'll see you. I will fucking stab you. I've muted you as well, so they can't hear that, but I can, and that throws me off.
Okay.
Thank you very much, you wonderful human beings. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Hopefully we'll see you on Monday. If not, we'll see you in the next one. Well done. Well done.